Hey everyone, Emily Duplessis here from Rental Rookie, and today I'm going to answer the question, will I have to pay capital gains tax on the sale of my property? So if you're an investor and you own rental properties and you decide that it's time to, exit out of some of those properties, you're going to probably go the route of selling them. And the reality is that with investment properties, if you are not living in them, those are considered an investment, and so you are going to have to pay capital gains tax on those properties. But there are a couple of things to consider. One thing that I want to mention is that if you have an investment property that was once your primary residence, you're going to want to look into the window of time where you're able to sell that property without having to pay capital gains tax. So for instance, we lived in a property for 5 years. It was our home, our very first home. When we moved out of it, we had a 3-year window where we turned it into a rental. And about 2.5 years of renting it, we decided to sell it because we knew that we were going to make a decent amount of money on it. And if we sold it within that 3-year window of us living there, we would not have to pay capital gains tax. Now, I encourage you to look into that because that changes with a different administration in our country and different new tax reforms and those sorts of things. So it's definitely something that you're going to want to look into. But I encourage you, if you have a property that was a primary that you turned rental, to look into that. The other thing to consider is that if you choose to sell a property, and if you're trying to maybe avoid a way of paying capital gains tax, another thing that you can look into is something called a 1031 exchange. And that's basically an avenue that you can take as an investor. It was made really for investors to be able to take the gains from one property and turn them and put them over into the purchase of another property. And there are a lot of rules and things that go along with it. We actually have a course inside our membership area that is about the 1031 exchange so that you can learn about that. But it's definitely an advantageous move for investors if you're looking to take the proceeds of one property to help build or snowball or grow your rental portfolio, and then you don't have to pay the capital gains tax on it. But if it's a true, just regular sale, you're exiting out of a rental property and you're not planning to, put that money into another property, then yes, you are going to have to pay capital gains tax on the sale of that property.